Well, good afternoon to you. We welcome you to a rainy day here, damp but potentially dramatic. A game which is charged and tense lies ahead of us. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Hello Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it.
La alineación de hoy será el dorsal 20, Marcos Alonso.
And that gets things running. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, I think you're going to have to go a very long way to find a better all-round midfielder than Fede Valverde. He's got the engine to do all the covering, but he's a lot more than that. He's got the strength, the tackling ability, good composure on the ball and balance in his game. So you'd really struggle to find...
Shot, surely! There it is!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Yeah, that's exactly what they required, but they need to be careful now. That goal could serve as a wake-up call for the hosts.
Son Heung-min. And here's Messi. He's played it back. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Thiago Aspas, he is onto this. He's having a shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Son Heung-min. And this is Drogba. Drogba finds himself offside. It's Drogba. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Spread it left. And here's the chance to counter. Barcelona already with the upper hand and looking to turn it into something close to dominance. And here's Drogba. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Aspas. Now it's Drogba. And it's Son Heung-min. And here's Valverde. Messi picks it up out wide. Deflected behind for a corner kick. Tries to get it clear. Referee's given a throw. Camavinga chooses to go crossfield. That's a decent clearance. Vigo are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, ball's over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Now, can they get him away? Akanji promptly onto that, and that is that. Now it's Drogba. He's having a hit!
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Yamal looks to the other side.
Well spotted.
Goes down, but nothing given. That's a lovely, neat pass. He's having a hit! Barcelona leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Now it's Aspas. Messi. Goes looking wide.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Now it's Aspas. Aims beyond the defence. Oh, shooting chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? And another try! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
Good effort. It's fallen kindly here. Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And it's Son Heung-min. And he's had it nicked away. Now it's Drogba. And he's let fly. Oh, and that is a thrilling end to the first 45. So the team's still separated by one goal, but it should be very different. Barcelona coming in at half-time, leading by 1-0.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Barcelona just ahead here in a tight game. They are 1-0 to the good. So we're off again.
Barcelona can do themselves a massive favour by grabbing another one here.
No, that's overhit. He likes Moriba. Vigo are looking to break at pace. It's a promising position. towards the front line, and he was quick to react. And he's forced to go back. Messi powering forward here. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Built as the single goal between the sides. Camavinga wins the duel this time. And he's gone searching crossfield. Son Heung-min. And this is Drogba. Drogba! That is decidedly lacking.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, I think he'll undoubtedly add more movement and fluidity in the final third with his passing range.
Just eases him off the ball. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. So we've reached the hour mark. And he's intervened well there. Marcos Alonso. And it's played forward. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Played out to the left flank. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
That has not gone well. Now it's Drogba. Opts for safety. Barcelona are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. And that has left him in a heap. He likes Moriba. And he's decided to go for it. And that is wildly off target.
Yeah, he's disappointed with himself, but at least his boss is applauding the effort he made.
Cambio de jugadores.
So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and lots of changes.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination, and his job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile, the man pulling the strings.
Barcelona have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. Fagioli! And that would have been some goal.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
Well, I suppose, Peter, in a tight game like this is as good a time as any to make a change.
No way through there. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Spread to the right. Drogba being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Well, he's profited handsomely already in this match, and at last their sense of danger has brought them to...
Chance for a shot! Has another go! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close. There they go, hunting again. Vigo really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Now it's Drogba. And it's Fagioli. Valverde. Played out towards the right wing. He slings it in. Shot a goal! And that really should have been that.
Oyarzabal really can't believe it. He let the opposition off the hook there, and he knows it all too well.
And this is Aspas. And this is Drogba. Almost there, but it's cold sweats all round. Fagioli. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Now he's off and running. And he's there to retrieve it. Into the last 5 minutes. Barcelona moments now away from seeing this one out.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Now that's well seen too. Looking for options for movement. And he's got the beating of it. Real chance! And he should have made them pay.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He did everything right in getting to the ball, but it's a bad one to miss.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal
So here comes the substitution.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
He just refused to budge, and he's got his way. Could move up a gear here. And he has been fouled there.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 19 será reemplazado por el dorsal 9.
Marcos Alonso. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And that will be the final act. Barcelona win it. And it's a big win, and they can look back on a job well done. Camavinga taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm sure this wasn't in the game plan, the idea of defending a 1-0 lead, Peter, from before the break. But I suppose they were never really in danger, so there was no need to disengage the handbrake in the end.
So that's it for today. Thank you, Jim, and good afternoon all. And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before. It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be. All stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing each to the other. Everyone here is obliged to win. Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. Familiar feeling this for you, Jim?
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a game where the two key words are pride and courage, Peter. Pride in that you have to be prepared to fight for everything, and courage to be daring, to stand up and to commit yourself.
This formation, Jim Beglin?
Well, most teams that use this system, Peter, will work it in a way where, yes, they'll have a 4-5-1 shape off the ball and ideally a 4-3-3 shape on it. We often see that 4-1-4-1 shape too, and that has an obvious flexibility about it. It's a popular managerial selection because of that. It's just extremely flexible with all the numbers I've mentioned.
So things are underway. And when these two meet, generally speaking, sparks fly.
Well, if the pre-game rhetoric is anything to go by, Peter, there's going to be a lot of strong stuff on show here. However it goes, we're in for something special. Decent attempt, that, just a little mistimed.
Spread to the right. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more.
Yeah, and we can testify to that, having covered quite a few of those games where he showed the very best qualities.
Yeah, time after time, it is a tale of the extraordinary, and we've come to expect the extraordinary from him.
We have.
Gonzalez. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Nothing much to report on so far. Each side waiting to make their first move. Forwards and with intent. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's found space here. He's having a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
And it's been taken short. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Barcelona still without a single shot on target. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Now it's Drogba. Gonzalez.
Llobregat really do like to play with a distinctive style, one that's pacey and expansive.
And they have the players, those players that love a gallop or two out wide.
Yeah, they're the key supply routes, Peter, carrying the ball and then delivering it across that box.
Great chance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
They've played it short. Chance to do, and he shoots! No, poor contact, nothing on the shot.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
And it's been taken short. And that is masterful defending. And now they can spring out of defence. goal kick. Camavinga. Oh, terrible pass. And the shot! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
Barcelona penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
Akanji. Half an hour played now. Nicely intercepted. Now he's off and running. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. He's picked his way through. It's a pretty loose pass. Played out to the left flank. And the ball is out of play. Not the best distribution from the keeper. And he was quick to react. And that pass isn't the best.
Barcelona really should be happy to let this half run out.
Good effort from distance. Drogba. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And this is Drogba. And it's Messi. And this is Drogba. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. And he's forced to go back. Gonzalez. The referee says that is that for the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Barcelona just ahead then as we reach 45 minutes.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. Barcelona are 1-0 up at half-time and it's all to play for. So off we go again.
Barcelona can do themselves a massive favour by grabbing another one here.
Quality ball. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Yamal. Gonzalez. That is good strength. He's chosen to go back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Messi. And it's Son Heung-min. Now it's Drogba. having a hit! Just too much. Fractions.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that and it wasn't far away at all.
Not gone well. It's Drogba!
Drogba clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
He's shifting through the gears here. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Still separated by the game's only goal. Tries to play it through. Oh, he's played it in low. Expertly cut out. Really nicely done. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Spread out to the left. Son Heung-min getting this one clear. Aimed beyond the defence. Not a hint of offside here.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
He's on it. Can he get away? And reclaimed it in a trice. Drogba is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, as you'd expect, Peter, that defence ought to know when to step up or drop off, and they finally made a decision to get tighter.
And this is Drogba. Stood up well to him there. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job. Shapes to shoot! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Well, it goes to show you there's a lot you can do if you have willing runners like that. You'll always get that chance. And it's quite direct from them. It's actually quite long from back to front.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 15.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Well, there is that saying, Peter, that if it isn't broke, don't try and fix it.
And he's decided to go for it.
El dorsal 36.
Oh, quite a hit and quite a touch too.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
And that should get the job done. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, this looks sharp. And he's intervened well there. Not where it came from. Looking for options for movement. Shoots! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Cambio de jugadores.
So we have further activity on the bench here. They've played it short. Plays it in low. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Not the most convincing of passes. And that's gone loose. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Deftly away. And that's been won straight back. He's found a way through. Played out towards the right wing.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Out towards the flank. And they are prompt with their pressing. Swings in across. I think we're just about done here. Spread it left. And that was asking for too much. Barcelona are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Now it's Oyarzabal. And that is well cleared. Challenge just a bit on the firm side.
Habrá 2 minutos de
Now
descuento.
that's well seen too. 2 minutes to be added on. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And we're done. Barcelona have done it. They've achieved what they came for. Maximum points, the perfect outcome. Drogba claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Barcelona really were great today. They showed a lot of battling qualities required in a game like this, such as intensity, personality, a gritty spirit. I think this result was well merited.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.
Señoras y señores, es el momento de agradecer a nuestros jugadores el excelente partido que nos han brindado.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. I'm ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's a 4-3-3.
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks. So they've got quite hard-working jobs. But if they can gain a one-on-one advantage, they can dictate.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Pass somewhat off target. Spread it left. And it's Kane. Played out to the left flank. And here's Kane.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And that is a little undercooked. Camavinga. Here's a shot! That is produced there, the crispest of hits.
Well, the keeper looks perplexed. That was hit with real ferocity.
That's really well manoeuvred. That has not gone well. And it's Camavinga. Played out towards the right wing. Now it's Messi. Messi! It's wide, but only just.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
But it has been just one side doing all of the early probing.
I know it's still early, but they're showing the better signs. No caution from them.
And this is Messi. And Messi! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
Barcelona make the perfect start. They are already ahead. Now it's Messi. Now it's Camavinga. Messi. Messi! Messi! From another planet! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Barcelona are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Barcelona have hit a quick-fire double here and are well and truly in the driving seat. And this is Messi. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Now it's Messi. Well, that is one way to stop him. Turns back here. That could spell trouble. They're back in possession and ready to go again. And that's going right the way across. Caicedo does really well there, strong defending. And this is Messi. Denied by an instinctive save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
They've played it short, and it's been hooked away. Have the chance to go the other way. No, he's not getting past him there. And this is Messi. Barcelona looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Messi. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Martin. Ball's gone out of play. Martin. He's got away. There's the delivery. Over to the right flank. He's found a way through. Martin stood his ground strongly.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Caicedo. That's it, 45 minutes up. Some first half thoughts?
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue even further. I'd always be inclined to go for the latter, go for a third, especially with a full half of football still to play.
Barcelona are heading into the break very happy with how it's gone so far. So, into the second half. Swung over. Now it's Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min. Kamavin goes for a shot! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Martin, quality ball, not the most accurate pass. It's not an especially good pass, that. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. He has found the way through. Lofted in, real chance! And for a moment, time stood still. Messi with the short one. The ball goes in. And that has been knocked clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Kane. And this is Messi. And he's quick to snatch it back. Big chance! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Barcelona in a very solid... Oh, what a mistake! Messi. Now there's a fine ball. Kane! He's got away with one there. Time then for the first substitution of the game. Mikel Oyarzabal coming on here. A change that was broadly anticipated.
Yeah, they've gone for more energy up front. This is a clear message, Peter.
Barcelona do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And he was quick to react. Now, can they get him away? Martin.
That pressing is so good, it's nice and early.
It's a pretty loose pass. He's picked his way through. Space for him to turn and look. Oh, can he get onto this? Oh, that's a key interception. Now it's Oyarzabal. That has been slung wide. Strong running down that left flank. Kane. In towards the backs. Judge, surely! And it's there! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
A case now of complete control. Barcelona have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. Now it's Oyarzabal. Played over towards the opposite flank. Opts for safety. And it's Robertson. Jimenez. Oh, good spread. Tries to get it clear. Ball's over the line, and it is a corner. Barcelona making further changes here, and in quick succession.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
That's the throw. And claimed it back swiftly. Not where it came from. And he's there to clear it. Fajoli. Now it's Oyarzabal. Can he finish? Oh, just lacked a decent finish. So 3-0 now, and surely there'll be no twists in the plot. He's found a way through. Fajoli. Oh, shooting chance! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Teka comes under pressure and it's come loose. And he's intervened well there.
Habrá 4 minutos de descuento.
Time added on 4 minutes. Now it's Oyarzabal. Reinildo. Robertson. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Now it's Oyarzabal. Can he finish? And it's in! Just cruising! They are cruising! An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
This is a gloriously greedy performance. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Barcelona win it, and it's a big win, and they can look back on a job well done. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.
Damos las gracias a nuestros espectadores por su asistencia al partido de hoy.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game, but the passionate crowd demands. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Begley.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. Rafinha finds himself in the starting lineup. Jim, what would you say are his most notable qualities?
Well, with his pace and skill set, Peter, I think he'll be looking to hit the byline or cut inside and get a shot away at every opportunity. Teams will have to be very careful about playing a high line when they're up against this guy. And for fullbacks, he can go either side.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. The lineup we have suggests it's going to be a 4-5-1 formation, Jim.
Well, the lone striker has to be prepared to do some of the work himself, but essentially he needs two of the three central midfielders to make runs beyond him and trust that the wide men can service the penalty box and make those link-up runs from out to in. He should get plenty of support with this setup.
We're up and running then. This is one of today's standout fixtures between teams who are meeting for the second time this season. Yamal. He's having a hit! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Lamine Yamal clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Sunset clears it away. Camavinga. Oh, nice touch. Camavinga with the cross.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Akanji. Donnarumma. Rafinha has the space to scheme, plays it across. Messi finds himself offside.
A few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Now it's Yamal. And he's gone searching crossfield. And it's Robertson. Barcelona are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal. He'll try from distance! Goal! Barcelona! The first significant strike. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
first breakthrough.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Now it's sunset. That is good strength. Oh, he's been caught napping. That's a decent clearance. Robert Navarro. Lovely feet. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. And it's Gizar. Oh no, he's got that wrong. Gizar. Now it's Messi. Messi was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Well, I think it's good he took the opportunity to run at that back line. I'm sure it won't deter him either.
Yeray gets over and intercepts. Robert Navarro. And there's the shot! And for a moment, time stood still. Barcelona already with the upper hand and looking to turn it into something close to dominance. No, that's too long. Paredes engages and forces him off the ball. He's having a hit! And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Williams is amongst the league's top 5 scorers. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition. Barcelona can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset.
Can he finish? And that is doing no harm at all. Sunset. Now it's Messi. Robert Navarro. But he's forced to go back. Gizar. Now it's Messi. Takes a shot. And again he is at his elastic best. This looks promising. Shot, surely! That is decidedly lacking.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Now it's Williams. Opts for safety. Jimenez. And Akanji. And the referee has signalled for half-time. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Barcelona up by 1 goal at the halfway point.
Se acaban los primeros
I thought that was a
45
decent
minutos
45
con
minutes of
los
football,
goles.
plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Barcelona can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break. Away we go again.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going. Bilbao really do like to play the long ball.
And how does that work for them?
Well, you don't want the ball just coming back at you, Peter. You need somebody in there who'll make it stick.
And it's Messi. Nicely spread. Rafinha. Didn't quite work for him.
Barcelona clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
He's having a pop! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Sunset. And here's Messi. Messi! Goal! And just like that, he hits 50. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Messi being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, it very much looks like this defence has learned from its errors now.
Caicedo does really well to win the ball there. Yamal, it's a really well-measured ball. Sends it crossfield. Danny Vivian.
La asistencia a este
And it's
partido
Sunset.
asciende a
Excellent challenge there,
96.628
uncompromising. And Navarro. Rafinha. Gurzetta. Robert Navarro. Now, can they get him away?
That was lovely, that.
Oh, that's fabulous. Cross to the back post.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
He's going for goal. Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, probably not the best way to try and get back into this game, but it could spark something into life.
Barcelona can now introduce the first of their substitutes. He got amongst the goals here, and now he takes his leave.
It's good to see that, Peter. He put in a very good day's work, and you can't do a lot more. It's a well-deserved rest.
Not the most accurate pass.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Robertson wins the duel this time. Now it's Messi. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now it's Messi. It's a good ball out wide. Oh, that's a key interception. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Messi. Sunset. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Jaureguiza. No way through there. It's a pretty loose pass. Messi. He's on it. Can he get away? Mikel Oyarzabal. And he's decided to go for it. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Takes a shot. Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. Rafinha. And this is Messi. Danny Vivian. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 9, el dorsal 26. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal
It's just beyond his reach.
el dorsal 5. Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Jaureguiza. And it's Boiro. It's run loose here. Boiro got a long way forward to join the attack. Stood up well to him there. Well, that pass isn't the best.
Habrá 2 minutos de
Time
descuento.
added on will be 2 minutes. And this is Messi. Mikel Oyarzabal. Messi. And the referee brings it to a close. Barcelona have done the business, grasping what they saw as rightly theirs, maximum points. Messi voted man of the match, and deservedly so. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
Señores, es el momento de agradecer a nuestros jugadores el excelente partido que nos han brindado.